the supermarket. So actually, we're going to go over here out of the way. Where we'll start anyway. Okay, so on your paper, some of this is funny, but some of it makes sense and can actually be used as a guide in the grocery store. So it's like, does it have a label? No. Well done, you're in the produce aisle or the meat counter, follow it down, it's food, eat it. Right? Good. So yes, it has a label. This is where it gets much trickier, right? That's why we're here. Labels are not our friend most of the time. So does it make health claims? You've seen the one. Lower your cholesterol, this, that, and the other. So yes, it makes a health claim. So does it have nutritional information? No. Might it contain bacon anyway? No. It's either a hair product or a household product, not food. Right? Or yes, it might contain bacon anyway. It's probably dog food. Eat at your own risk, right? Just a little funny. Please don't eat dog food. If it makes a health claim, and it does have nutritional information, you're looking, are any of the ingredients in Latin or Science-ese? All those words, you have no idea what they are, that are probably made up. If they have words that are that, yes, it's not food. Right? Anything that you can't pronounce is not a food. It was made in a lab. It's not meant to be eaten. So no, it doesn't have any ingredients that are in Latin or Science-ese. So you look and say, are there more than 5 ingredients? Yes, it's not food. Like granted, you can see some things that have more than 5 ingredients that are all veggies or this, that, and the other sometimes. But I just tell people it's easier to say if it has more than 5 things in it, they've had to do so much combining and so much. It's not a true food. So let's stay away from it. So no, there are not more than 5 ingredients. Great. Is it a dairy product? No. Okay, you got to run each ingredient through this flow chart. Or yes, it's a dairy product, so it's food. You can eat it if I let you have dairy. So that's this. It's fun, but the main point out of it, and it's what I say in class, 5 ingredients. No more than 5, and nothing you can't say. So if those are the 2, put it back. So then it makes shopping a little bit easier because you don't have to have a science degree. You just read. So the first thing I like to start with, everybody says, oh, well, Catherine says eat chicken, right? So they come and they grab a rotisserie chicken from Kroger, okay? So, well, and it's not organic, that's right. So they don't have any chickens out today, but we'll look at this lovely turkey breast, right? It's a turkey leg, actually. So you do the same thing. You go through the list. So you say, okay, the ingredients in here are turkey breast. Okay, that's great. It's meat. But then it says injected with 15% solution of water, salt, modified cornstarch, and sodium phosphate. Okay, I can read all of those. I personally know what they are. But they're not food, right? They are not whole foods. So you would sit and say, even though this is meat, it would not be the best choice. I wish they had a chicken out, because the chickens have an ingredient list in microscopic print that's this long and this wide on a chicken. Why can't it just be chicken? Now,
I think they're chicken breasts, just they're plain chicken
right,
breasts.
same thing.
They're injected, they have other stuff too.
The only place I've ever found a decent rotisserie chicken is at Whole Foods. It was organic. It was truly just a rotisserie chicken, right? They had not put anything in it. So it's not like it can't be found, but it's not. So people think these are good for you, but they are not. Now, I tell people, sometimes we're between a rock and a hard place. Sometimes it's about choices, right? Maybe I'm traveling. I can't stop somewhere. Is this better than McDonald's? Probably. But I'm still, going to use this in a diary version C kind of situation because they put non-food products in there for sure. All right, we're going to go to the deli counter. So, same thing when it comes to deli meats, right? Not my first choice. Not going to be something I eat on a regular basis. But there are 2 brands that have less problematic ingredients. No preservatives, no nitrates. They're going to be Boar's Head and Hormel. So you can come to the counter. Maybe you're going on a picnic and you want to take some lunch meat without bread. some veggies and things like that. Every once in a while, this is fine. This is not something I would have on my grocery list and bring it, buy every time I come to the store. But you can also see that Boar's Head's going to have, a counter full of stuff. There's honey ham, there's this and that. These are not just because it's Hormel or Boar's Head. Doesn't mean we go and buy the honey ham or the Cajun turkey or those kind of things. Because they're still going to have sugar, honey, things in them we do not want. If you're going to do something like that, you get the turkey breast, the chicken breast.
They're natural, what they call it.
Right. Natural. Exactly. So you just have to look. So just like if it says organic, doesn't mean it's good for you to have organic Oreos, right? So just because it says Boar's Head or Hormel doesn't mean it's good for you. You still have to read those labels and look. Okay? Just because it says gluten-free doesn't mean it's good for you. They have gluten-free donuts in the freezer section, right? This is what we have to learn in the grocery stores is just because it says that doesn't mean it's good. Right? We got to learn to read a little bit deeper. So we're going to go over here. Okay, so the reason I like Kroger to a point is you have these 3 aisles, right? You don't have to go all over the store. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. If it's not on those 3 aisles, we really don't want to eat it. On the 3 aisles, we still have to look at the labels. But so they put these over here in the healthy section because they're what they call healthier chips, right? So what I like to show you is this natural exotic chip. Right, it's not organic. So the veggies they used in this were not organic. So would it be our first choice? No. But if you look on the back, the ingredients are sweet potatoes, taro, batata. Those are just different root vegetables. Expeller pressed canola oil, sunflower oil, and salt. So I can say everything on the back of this, right? But is this, my statements usually, how close to its natural state is it? Right? So if you took a sweet potato, you can eat a sweet potato, you can eat, sweet potato fries, you can eat sweet potato chip, but each time you're getting farther and farther away from its natural state. So I tell people all the time, these might be a good alternative if you're going to a Super Bowl party and you want to eat a chip like everybody else, right? Once a year. Right, this is something you could do. It's 5 ingredients. Not going to kill you if you eat it, once in a blue moon. But it's not something I'm putting on the grocery list or having in the house, right?
Right.
So, you're going to see the same thing. Kettle chips are a big deal because they're not fried, right? So people think they're good. Same thing. Their ingredients, no organic, but their ingredients are potatoes, canola oil, sea salt, right? So they have 3 ingredients. I can read them all. But it's still a chip that's been fried very far from a potato. So don't think that just because they put it in the organic, by the organic section, that it means that's free-for-all, right? That is a processed food. But we go with our 80-20, 90-10 rule, right? So every once in a while, we're probably going to eat something processed. So then you have to know how to read the label, right? Pop chips are not very good. Yes, ma'am. You're looking at something.
Yeah, those
These
sweets and beets,
sweets and beets.
or any of the, like those,
So same thing, a blend of sweet potatoes and beets, expeller pressed canola oil, and or safflower or sunflower oil. That's it. There's not even any salt added in these. Not now. Great thing to point out. These say non-GMO. If I'm going to eat something like this, even occasionally, I'm definitely going to look for that non-GMO. I'd like organic, right? But it's kind of hard sometimes to find organic things like this.
Right.
So at least go to the next recipe with non-GMO because potatoes are a big GMO food. So you want to look for something that's not GMO. All right, I do not go over the produce section because I think it's fairly obvious that there's the fruits and vegetables. You do not need to starve, right? You should never starve. That's a very large area of food, okay? I do want to show you one thing, just so you know. We talk about this in class a little bit. If your fruits and vegetables do not start with a 9, they're conventional.
If they don't start with a 9?
Yeah, so all of these, most fruits and vegetables are 4 if they're conventional. 4 numbers. There'll be 5, and the 5th one will be a 9 at the beginning if it's organic.
If it's a 9 is good at the beginning.
Right. And that's what you want to look for. Because a lot of times, like you go to the organic, somebody's put something like this in there by accident. So you always want to look at your labels and make sure you're buying what you think you're buying. All of these are conventional. So I was looking, another number, you'll see a 7 in front of it if it's genetically modified. So pay attention.
7 is genetic.
So they do not have to label it. They do not have to say genetically modified fruit on here. But if you know how to deal with the label on the fruits and vegetables, you'll be able to keep track of that. Okay, now I will say there's really nothing on this aisle that I'm fond of. I don't care if that cereal says gluten-free. It's still going to be incredibly processed, incredibly full of carbs that nobody needs. So cereals are not our friend. Now you will see down here steel cut oats. When and if you can have carbs back, like diabetes is under control, weight's good, steel cut oats is one thing you can add back into the diet. It's gluten-free naturally. They taste a little different than regular oats. It takes a little bit of getting used to. But this is definitely a good choice. There's also gluten-free rolled oats. If you just can't stand the steel cut oats, the gluten-free rolled oats is an alternative. The reason you can't, oats are naturally is the word I'm looking for, gluten-free. But what happens is they're cross-contaminated. They usually have oats and wheat in the same facility. They will do a crop of oats and then pull it up and do a crop of wheat. So it's even in the same field. So if you've got gluten-free, they don't do that. Or the steel-cut oats don't do that. So definitely 2 alternatives. But other than that, there's really nothing on this row that helps. Now, I will say if you travel, and people are always like, oh, I take protein shakes every time I travel. So they do have the almond milk in the travel containers. Don't have to be refrigerated. So they're easy to tote with you. I will say they do not come unsweetened in the travel containers. So there is going to be a little bit more sugar. But I figure a little bit more sugar in my almond milk while I'm traveling is better than the food I'm going to get while I'm traveling. So definitely something to think about when you are traveling. Talk about naked drinks.
Because Keith is convinced that they're just so healthy. And some of them have really bad stuff, some of them not.
Okay, so she brought up the question of naked drinks. People think they're good for you. They say, 100% juice, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the ingredients are orange juice, apple juice, mango puree, banana puree, natural flavors. Natural flavors. It's very wide, very large amount of things can be put into natural flavors as far as the government is concerned. So, it doesn't mean I avoid everything with natural flavors, because sometimes it's hard to avoid things with natural flavors. But I try to keep it to a minimum. The other reason I would not go here is because it's nothing but fruit. So you're going to drink the whole thing. Nobody doesn't, right? It's unheard of. There are 2 servings in this container. So you drink the whole thing. You are getting 250 calories. You are getting 300, no, that's per serving. You're getting 660 milligrams of potassium. You're getting 61 grams of carbs, and you're getting 54 grams of sugar. Right? 54 grams of sugar, and all you did was drink it. You didn't even eat it. Are you going to sit down in one sitting and eat an orange, an apple, a mango, and a banana? No way. That's it, because that would be way too much. That is why I'm not a fan of fruit juices, is because you just get so much sugar at one time and you don't need it. So they are not healthy in my opinion. Now even these, so let's look at this. So they have smoothie ones, right? So the smoothie one, now we got white grape juice concentrate, banana puree, soy protein, coconut milk, whey protein, cocoa powder, soy lecithin, potassium hydroxide, natural flavors, and ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. Right? You drink this whole bottle, you're looking at 68 grams of sugar. You're looking at 1,800 milligrams of potassium, 240 milligrams of sodium, and 480 calories in one. And you're probably drinking this just for, with your breakfast. That's the thing. It's just got too many things, and you'll see the green ones. Some, like this one's new. You do see some of them say gluten-free on them, which is nice. You at least know they're gluten-free. But like this green machine, it has apple juice, mango puree, pineapple juice, banana puree, kiwi puree, spirulina, natural flavors, alfalfa, broccoli, spinach, barley grass, wheatgrass. People look at this and they go, oh my gosh, it's green. This is awesome. Ingredients are done in the order that they're in the food. So the first 5 were fruit. Then there's a little bit of veggies down here that made it green, but I could put a drop of wheatgrass in there and make it green. So it's still not something I would suggest. This kale blazer has orange juice, kale, apple juice, cucumber juice, spinach juice, celery juice, ginger juice, lemon juice, natural flavors. Okay? Definitely a better choice, because kale juice is the second ingredient. Cucumber is the 4th. So we have a little bit more veggie in this one. But the first ingredient is orange juice. So you're still just ingesting way too much sugar at one time. My suggestion is you want to choose, just make it yourself. You came to juicing class, make it yourself, right? Then you know what's in it and there's none of that other food. All right, so they obviously are out of eggs today for my demonstration. So that's not very helpful. But we want organic eggs. Now, you'll see these, and they like to trick you a little bit. They go natural, cage-free, grain-fed, right? So you're like, that's what we need, cage-free eggs. Well, the interesting thing is they're grain-fed, but it's GMO corn if it's not organic. So organic's going to say most of the same thing. You're just going to see organic over there. And we need organic eggs so that we're not eating the nasty chickens that ate the nasty stuff. Yogurt. No dairy, right? We've already talked about that. So somebody always points out that there's a coconut milk yogurt. And there is, right here. This is even the plain one. But let's go to my little sheet of ingredients. We have organic coconut milk. All right, that's nice. Organic dried cane syrup, chicory root extract, tapioca dextrose, pectin, algin, magnesium phosphate, tricalcium phosphate, rice starch, natural flavors, locust bean gum, live cultures, carrageenan, guar gum, dipotassium phosphate, vitamin B12. So are we eating this? No, we're not. So even though it's not dairy, we don't want to eat it. I tell people all the time, yogurt, people are like, it's good probiotic, it's good probiotic. But there's so much sugar in it that those probiotics aren't working all that well anyway. Let's just take some probiotics and stay away from yogurt. When I give you cheese back, I'm going to want raw organic cheese. Organic Valley is the brand. It's raw and it's organic. Two things I need. Plain raw cheese from the guy who delivers meat and milk to the office would be even better. Because it's truly not in a package, not in the grocery store, came straight from the cow, wrapped up, brought to you. So I like that even better because I know exactly where it comes from. But secondly, this would be okay if you can handle dairy. And I still think cheese is something that should be done sporadically. It's not something that ought to be in our diet all the time, but when we do it, that's what we need. Butter. We would love raw, organic butter, but you're not going to find it in the grocery store. So at least do organic butter. It's got to be organic. Don't get caught up in this earth balance, natural, buttery spread, organic stuff, because the list of ingredients is long. Okay? Even the soy-free one, because these are made with soy. You just want to stick to butter. Okay? Flaxseed oil. I'm always telling people to get flax oil and actually put it on a spoon. Eat it. So you're going to find it here. Any of them are fine. This one's actually cinnamon flavored. I haven't tried that one yet. But that's where you're going to find this. Alright, let's go to that
What does
first
that
item.
taste? Does it taste like?
I don't think flaxseed oil has much of a taste. That's why I like it. You know, but you can put it in smoothies. You can take it on a spoon. Just as long as you're getting some good oil every day.